All right, welcome to the Translucent Podcast once again.
And my lane is the positive music. You know, a lot of...
Network. They say I'm heartless, but I'm not though. Don't have to prove it, keep it music, Southside, birth the side.
Hello and welcome to the How Do You podcast with your host, Griffinstein. Today we have Soul Snatcher LLC. I met her on Instagram. She's actually going to be part of the movie Finders Keepers with Contact and 2020 Vision, Raven. Introduce yourself and let the people know who you are and what you do.
Thank you, Griff. I appreciate you. I am Soul Snatcher LLC, aka Char, aka the Sex Philanthropist. And what a philanthropist does is they give back to the community. So my whole mission is to give back in a different kind of way. It's a different form of art. My whole mission is to help other people have better sex lives with an emphasis on why giving head matters. Not only to the man, but also to the woman.
So is this a service or is this just through your Instagram that...
So I do have services that I offer to couples and also singles. It is a service, but not in the way most tend to think it is. I will come in and I will train you and your significant other, your person, whichever label you guys want to put on that. I will come and teach them techniques, how to do things, even how to communicate. The first thing that people have to realize is the communication of things. And this is my motto. If you cannot be open with them sexually, like if you can't be open with them communicational-wise, then you shouldn't be having sex with them.
If y'all don't listen to that, don't listen to shit else, because, yeah, that's true.
Because, like, we all want to be pleased, but at the same time, if you feel like you have to bite your tongue when it comes to any kind of communication with this person, then 9 times out of 10, that flow isn't going to work for you guys.
And you will never really get pleased because they always by your feet, and you really want them somewhere else.
Yeah. So, you heard what he said. Y'all get away from the feet, and we're going mid-level.
Touch the middle. Touch the middle.
Exactly.
Okay. Wow. Is it a lot of calls for that though? Is it a lot of?
Yes. There are so many out there. There are so many people out there that aren't being pleased by their partner. They're having to, and especially when it comes to head.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to head, because what happens is, instead of having a selfless mindset, they have a selfish mindset. So they always want someone to give to them, but they rarely or, don't enjoy giving it. And this is one thing. Okay, ladies, I'm going to say this. If you don't love to give head, then you need to learn how to love to give head, because what's going to happen is you're going to be calling me, you're going to be calling my friends, my sister, Becky, Lentisha, like that. He's going to be calling somebody else. So why not take the time to learn how to love it? I didn't always like it. But you have to teach yourself to learn how to love it. And for those, I got to say this, because one of my hashtags is #WeSwallow. Ladies, if you're not swallowing, you're not giving head the right way. And I don't want to hear, I'm done with the lame excuses. It's salty, it's thick, it tastes like medicine, it tastes like this. Okay, so are you willing to please him or not? That's what it boils down to. Get out your feelings. Tell your taste buds to sit the fuck down. And can I say fuck?
Yeah.
I can say fuck.
Because, this is mature.
We adult in here, okay?
Yeah.
But yeah, so #WeSwallow. If you're not swallowing, you're not giving head the right way.
Always heard that. I heard if a dude drink pineapple juice or something like that, I know asparagus, I know, can do something bad. Okay. But so juicy fruit gum, is that like a tantalizer or something?
Okay, so there's a lot of information out there about the pineapple juice theory and whatnot. For me personally, it boils down to what they consume. So if they're consuming a lot of fast food, if they're consuming a lot of processed meat, cheese, and stuff like that, then it is going to taste different. But some tend to balance it out. Some will juice. They will. I mean, I'm talking about making like fresh juice.
Yes.
Also, coconut water. If you guys aren't into coconut water, get into coconut water. It's one of the best things ever. It hydrates you faster than water. So about the pineapple juice theory, you know, I don't know. I mean, it just depends on who you're talking to and who you're dealing with. But at the same time, like, eat your fruits and vegetables. I know there's the asparagus thing. But, you know, just even outside of sex, be mindful of what you put in your body.
But this is a reason now, another level of taking care of each other. You're like, well, if you want this, stop eating this McDonald's because it's not really good food for you or us. If you want this stuff.
Yes, and ladies also. Okay, so there have been a lot of ladies that will come say, I'm not swallowing because it tastes nasty. Okay, well, if you have that place in his life, then it's up to you to feed him the right things.
Yes.
Especially like if you guys live together, if you're in-house and you guys live together and you are not being careful over his and your diet. Because ladies, y'all be trying to eat crab legs, then be trying to get your coochie. Hey, no, baby, I'll be teaching on this. Don't do it.
Oh, it's bad.
But, yeah.
Oh.
Like, yeah, don't. It will affect the taste.
Ew.
Yeah, so we don't want that.
No.
So if you are close to that person and you are not in control, but you are able to add things into that diet, then you need to be mindful of what you're putting into him. You can't sit up here and complain about, oh, he tastes like this or he tastes like that when you're feeding him steak and like all, you know, it's processed, it's refined, and you know. So, yeah, you can take that steak part out.
Yeah. Hey, nice. It's all. Because the steak is processed and I'm sure it has hormones and other stuff in it that probably doesn't help the taste. So what about dudes? Because all these dudes, but I think most dudes say they don't, but I think they do.
That they don't eat pussy?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Okay. So, you know, most of them do. Just from my experience and from, you know, just me doing polls and just being in contact with different women, most of them do. But the issue is most of them don't know how to do it the correct way. They are fooling around, going down, but they're not paying. Listen, guys, I have this piece I wrote. It's the clit. That's what it boils down to. And I'll repost it so that way it'll be fresh on the page. But it's the clit. You have to pay attention to that. All that other stuff is just like fun and games or foreplay, getting her going or whatnot. But you have to pay attention to the clit. But ladies, you also have to be mindful because everybody wants quote unquote WAP. But y'all don't want to drink your water. You don't want to cut out certain foods. You want to sit there and drink soda. I drink soda maybe 2 or 3 times a year. I drink water all the time. Coconut water all the time. Very seldom do I even drink juice. Like, you guys have to be mindful of what you're putting in your bodies as well. Because not only is his nut going to taste a certain way to you, you might taste a little different to him, sweetheart. Eat some strawberries, eat some pineapple, eat some pears, fruits, you know. So be mindful of what you're consuming as well.
So, could you, like, walk us through a couples thing? Do y'all go to the beach? And do you set the mood for them at their place, or is it more of a tutorial kind of through Zoom or something?
That's actually like part of my business because I'm an event planner too.
Wow. Okay.
And so it's called Soul Snatcher Scenes, and what I do is I will come in and I will set the whole the whole tone, the mood. I will bring the toys that you want, flowers. I will put rose petals on the bed. I will bring the alcohol that you want. I will decorate it in whatever colors you want, and I will set the scene.
Y'all better pay attention to that.
So, because it could be her, you know, Valentine's Day, her birthday, anniversary, or just because. So, just be mindful of that. You know, it's about environment as well.
Yeah.
Yes. So as far as the couples thing, I never engage with the male. I'm simply there to show her technique.
Yes.
So I do that with the device.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I will not engage with your other person, but I will come in and show you different techniques. And even some women have hired me to just come in and their spouse isn't even there, and it's like just show them,
I understand
techniques.
that. I can understand that. I can understand that.
Because we want to be the best. If we're gonna do something, we want to be the best.
Why would you be least? Why would you?
Exactly.
I mean, yeah. Goddamn. The scene that's cool right there, man. I like that. I like that a lot, actually, because the thing is, some people just do not know how. Okay, so dudes. Fuck it. Dudes pretend like they're stupid a lot of times because they just want to say, "Oh, I don't know what she like." Nigga, you live with her for all these years. You know her. You got 6 babies. You don't know her? How you don't know that her favorite color is purple? How you don't know her favorite color is blue? How you don't know that she like her back rub before y'all go to sleep? Is it laziness? I think it's laziness.
It can be laziness. Also, it can be, just getting comfortable. Sometimes we get too comfortable with that significant other or our person, whatever label you guys want to use. And we tend to not do the things that it took us to reel them in.
Yes.
Sometimes what you guys do, and ladies too, what you guys do is, I was just speaking to someone about this. You sit up there and you put the bait on the hook, right? Dangle it out there. Boom. We got a hit, right? We get that thing out the water, right? Then all of a sudden, as fast as you hooked it in and reeled it, you threw it back. So what happens is when you do that, you leave their mind open to guessing. You leave their mind open to being insecure. You bring in insecurities that you don't want in that connection. So if you really are into this person and you want to be mindful of them, pay attention. I don't care if you have to take notes, written notes, put it in your phone.
Nothing wrong with that.
Take notes and be mindful of what they like, and then do those things and do them often, and then ask them, communicate with them. It's literally being open sexually and being, sexually free. It all boils down to communication.
It is communication.
And
it's nothing else.
Absolutely. But you also have to be willing to be truthful with yourself about your own sexuality, because if you're not truthful with yourself about your own sexuality, then you can't be open and truthful with someone else about it. And that's one of the biggest hang-ups I feel like people have, is they don't even know their own self sexually.
They tell themselves, yeah. I mean, because when you really think about it, you fumble around when you're 15, 16-ish, and then the role of women is a rough one. I ain't gonna lie to you, because you expect them to know a lot, and if you have a baby, it's yours. So it's a lot on the woman. So I think he should know. Yeah, but you the one that ain't coming. You the one that got to cook every time you get home, because he say he don't know what you eat, even though you cooking.
Right.
It's
right.
So it's communication. Really, it's communication.
It literally boils down to communication, and that's the thing. And some people have had some of the best relationships, but they have ended due to one or the other or both not willing to take the time to communicate effectively. Or just shut out all the outside noises and stop telling everybody about your relationship, your connection, and stop. I promise you, it's not gonna do nothing but hurt you in the end. You got whatever is sacred to you. If that connection is sacred to you and you really care about that and you want it to work, stop involving other people.
Because they don't know. Or either you don't know, maybe you don't know either. So that's the other thing. Yeah, when you said it, I just thought it all does, regardless if I just want to make her nut 4 times in a night or really cook her eggs in the morning.
Right.
She might want cheese. You should pay attention. Basically, it's paying attention and being able to do it. If this the person that you...
Exactly. And and this is the other thing. A lot of people tend to, nowadays want to just hook up. And if that's your thing, let that be your thing, as long as it's okay with you and that person, but do so safely. Because there's some stuff out there that you can't even get rid of. So we always want to make sure that we're telling people about having safe sex, because you don't want something that you can't get rid of.
Yeah, it's not fun, because then you take it to the next relationship.
Ew, you don't want that.
No. So in one of the scenes, So how would they sign up for that?
So they can DM me. My website is still being revamped right now. They can DM me at Soul Snatcher LLC _ They took my main page away. I was getting too spicy.
I saw that. Yeah. And the other one is.
No, I recently changed the name. So what I did was I added the _, so I'm back to being the LLC that I am. But Says What She Wants is the entity. That's who I started out with. That's what I started out with because of the situation that I came out of. I just literally wanted to be open and say whatever I wanted. So that's how things started.
Yeah.
It just gravitated towards Soul Snatcher LLC, which Soul Snatcher LLC is a real LLC. I own that.
Yeah. So, without getting traumatic or anything, what happened?
Yeah, so I was in a relationship for over 20 years, and it was just super violent. I finally, got up enough strength to leave and have not looked back since. The first year I spent just mentoring and trying to help other people get out of situations like that. I still do that now, but I do it in a different aspect. And so what happened was I had this other page where I was just encouraging women and men equally, because men do not be afraid to speak up. Like, don't be afraid to speak up. Just like, and I'm gonna just throw this out there, just because men get abused mentally, physically, even sexually, and nobody wants to talk about it. But we have to break that cycle, because just as much as women go through things, men do too. It may not be at the same level or the same numbers, but men go through it too. Yeah. So so I spent a lot of time just mentoring and reaching out and just helping other people get out of bad situations like myself. And then after that, it was like I had done so much healing from that. It was like I evolved. So I started this page, Says What She Wants, and it was just me saying whatever I wanted, whatever came to my mind. That was what I posted. And over a couple months after I started this, it just became like this sexually engaging kind of post, if you will. So, and that was because I met someone. And it was like, oh, mind you, when I was in this relationship, I had never had an orgasm that, I had never had an orgasm that I hadn't brought on myself. So so what happened was I met this person, and it was like the floodgates opened. And so it kind of helped me evolve into the sex philanthropist that you have here today.
That's good, though. That's good. Okay. So, but sometimes I think it's, dudes are wired different. So, yeah, they could be sleeping and it'd come.
Right.
Women, it has to be unlocked.
It is.
Yeah. So if it's something you don't like, if this dude ain't working, or something you really do not like about the guy, that shit won't happen. Yeah. No floodgates. No nothing. Yeah. It's like a dry balloon. Anchor. You're like, God damn.
Yeah, so that's how it happened. I met someone and the floodgates open, and then I just started to just look at things different. I grew mentally and emotionally after I did a lot of healing. Like, and this is another thing. Like, if you are looking to heal from something, a lot of times we want to look for outside sources. But like for myself, like 95% of it was me looking inward and choosing to come out of the trauma and choosing to come out of the wrongful mindsets that I had come to believe.
Wow. A lot of people don't look that way. Yeah. They do this. They point, well, he did this to me, so wow. How did that come up? Because that's not an easy thing to do. Right.
And I feel like it really does take a certain level of mental capacity. Because I've always been strong-minded. And so I feel like that's how it was easier for me. And I'm a writer, so I journaled. It was like I journaled myself out of the trauma.
Everybody should have a journal.
I have journals from over 20 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, I have to show you my stash.
Yeah.
I've journaled for years, and so that's how I've come out of a lot. And, I still smile. I still laugh. I'm literally living the best life I've ever lived. I'm happy.
Congratulations, because it's a lot of people that... They're in jail right now. Free, but... Yeah.
Psychologically and emotionally just confined.
Yeah. Damn, that's good. I'm happy to hear that.
Thank you.
So, Contact. We both know Contact.
Yes.
So Contact, he showed me that you were in a movie.
I was.
Yeah, when you shot the dude. Did you shoot him?
No, it was my partner in crime.
Oh, okay, yeah, he shot
Officer
him.
White.
Really? He was.
He was an officer snatched.
Yeah. So, is that something you really want to do? Also, is acting and
yes.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely. And this is like a newfound love for me. And I honestly just never thought I was able to do it before. But it's like as I do it more and more, it's like, oh, this is dope. I really like it, and it's so much fun. Like I feel at home. Like every time I'm on a set, it's like I feel at home. I love it.
Wow. Okay. If y'all looking for, beautiful models and actresses, there you go, right here. Just go ahead and get it done. So you spoke of toys.
Yes.
Did you bring any today?
I did not bring toys today.
So just as a
bag of goodies.
The bag of goodies. So just for the dudes, I'm gonna make this a guy responsibility.
Okay.
Three tips. 3 tips for communicating in the floodgating. So just 3 tips that they could do to just to help.
Like we talked about before, be mindful. Learn yourself sexually, because once you learn yourself sexually, then you're more able to learn another person sexually. And oh gosh, let me see. Don't be afraid to add gadgets. Don't be afraid to add other substances. And can I just talk about the toys really quick?
Yeah.
Okay. So as far as toys, some of the things I talk about that are staples are coconut oil, a pinwheel.
You talked about that before.
Yes.
I still don't know what that is.
And some cuffs.
Really?
Those are 3 staples. The coconut oil, yes, it can be used on her, but ladies, I'm telling you, the coconut oil, guys, you want to buy these staples because it's going to be the most beneficial to yourself. It's organic. You can get organic coconut oil in almost any store. And yeah, the coconut oil, ladies, what you're gonna do is, can I just tell them?
Yeah.
So what you're gonna do is you're gonna get coconut oil, lather your hands up, and you're gonna massage his nuts with the coconut oil. Okay, that's where you're gonna start. You're gonna start with the nuts, and then you're gonna,
Work.
Yeah.
Okay. Because the other thing is that I think, like I said, dudes are hardwired, and you started hitting that, and then all of a sudden Vesuvius. So
right, yes, but I'm telling you, it's the coconut oil that does something. It's not only a natural lubricant, but it's just something it's good for the skin.
I believe that.
It's good for the skin.
I'm gonna tell you truthfully. When I first, So I used to work at the post office with my uncle, and dudes talk. So he said, "Oh well, they could take a Centrum. Nigga, think of basketball. I said, I don't like basketball. He said, exactly. So I'm sitting there like, well, if I'm sitting there, but I'm thinking of baseball scores. I'm like, well, this can't be right. This can't be right. So what is the, I don't care now though. So I whatever. Hey,
I think I know where we're going with this.
Yeah, it's a moment. It's because I was in that bitch for like 4 hours. I was like, nigga, I can't even walk for 4 hours. How you can do that for 4 hours? So will a woman, I know they do, is it a time limit?
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Dark Network.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Vernon Lane.
Yeah, it is Outta.
And y'all tuning in to The Agenda, your #1 new and upcoming source for Black information and Black excellence.
Yeah.
Man, we got a new episode that just posted. Make sure y'all click the link in the description. Check out our new episode and all our latest information hosted exclusively by the Dark Network. Yay!
No, and okay, so this is my thing. I don't feel okay, and this one of my things is, and this is why I feel like people gravitate towards my page so much too, is because I hit it from the male point of view and I hit it from the women's point of view, and I tell women all the time, if he nuts quick, do not shame him, do not bash him, do not make fun of him, do not talk shit about him. It could be just the way he's made up. It could be just the way he's DNA, just the way he's made up. It could be a medical issue, and that's something you can look into. But at the same time, it's like no matter what it is, never make fun of him for nutting fast. And like maybe you just got some good pussy. Maybe your head is just that. I mean, you got strong jaws, you know? I mean, so, like, and this is the thing. I understand what your uncle was saying about think about all this other stuff, but at the same time, like, y'all most of the time, y'all can't control it. And why? And ladies, that's the thing, like, can we talk about something else, too?
Yeah.
Because even, like, as far as, like, dick size, ladies... Do not shame him about like he has no control over that. He has no control over that. So why shame him about that? If that's not something that you like or something you can't get with, then move on to the next. And don't sit up there and say, well, he can get penile implants. Listen, I used to work in the medical field and I've seen people get penile implants and the implant exploded.
Oh.
So don't just I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be so graphic. But it's happened, like, just if that's not your thing, then move on. Don't sit up here and belittle him and shame him and talk down to him and all that, oh, he has to have a certain size dick. Y'all listening to too much Meg Thee Stallion, Cardi B, like all that kind of stuff. You're looking at too much reality TV and you're trying to make that your reality, and it's not.
It's not reality at all.
And besides that, I've had huge ones that could not do anything for me and smaller ones that knocked it out of the box, made me nut back to back. So you can't, so you and ladies, this is the thing. And if you're in a situation where you're not nutting from dick and his dick size is cramping your style, first of all, go into your own space, because it could be something that you've picked up and you picked up societal views and ways of looking at things by listening to certain people, looking at certain shows. So be mindful not only of his feelings, but be mindful of your own mindset as well, because us as humans, we need to start practicing being good people again in every single aspect.
Yeah, I believe that. Yeah. I was just, cause dudes, all they do is watch porn. So it's probably dudes also. So dudes look like, hey, if they can't touch my knee, I'm not finna show up to nowhere. I'm gonna keep the lights out. I'm gonna be nervous.
I'm gonna leave them lights on.
I was curious about that, because it's a lot of things that can be fixed. But then again, if you love this person, go get a gadget and find out. Oh, I do have another question.
Yes.
What about squirting? Does everybody, well, not everybody, but does all women have the ability to squirt?
So in my experience, go make me flash back to something. What had happened was, in my experience, I had not squirted up until last year.
Oh.
So yeah, and I'm not gonna tell you my age, but you can learn that later. But I feel like every woman has the ability to, but sometimes I feel like it's your partner. It could be angles. It could be you in your own head. I feel like it's a psychological thing as well. But also be mindful of this. Every single time that I've squirted, it's never been with an orgasm. It's in the middle of just like, and it's always in doggy style, like that. Oh, but I've never had an orgasm while squirting at the same time, ever.
See, that just blew my mind, because I thought that was. Because, I'm thinking of man. We ejaculate, so I thought the same way. Okay.
And per my conversations with other women, that's their experience as well. I think maybe 2 or 3 that I've talked to have said that they have had orgasms while squirting, but yeah, it's always just in between the session.
Well, that's good to know. I think. I don't know. What are your plans? Like for what would you like to see Soul Snatcher LLC become? Like from what you're doing, the work you're putting in, all of those posts that you put on Instagram. If you're not following her, please go follow her. I'm gonna post it right up here so you'll be able to follow her after this. What do you hope in the future this would lead to?
So I'm a writer, so I want to do books, and what I want to do with the books is something like very, very unique. I want to have like something that I've written, a personal story, and then have like some kind of music lyrics. I'm a music chick. Okay. I love music. So I want to do something unique like that. Underneath that Soul Snatcher umbrella, I'm also a traveling masseuse. So I service Sacramento, the Bay Area, Fresno, Stockton. Wow. I will come to you and give you a massage.
That's a big circle. The Sacramento to Fresno is huge.
Right. And
that's under the same...
Yep, the Soul Snatcher LLC. Okay. And besides, I have the Soul Snatcher events where I will come in and set the tone, set the mood and all that. I do want to start a line of Soul Snatcher toys.
You should.
I want an online adult store, all Soul Snatcher. So that is something that I'm working on, something that I'm building, but I also I like this. So I've always wanted my own talk show.
Yes.
So so those are some of my ultimate goals, but especially like the writing the books and the talk show.
The writing the books is, you already pretty much have those with the journals.
True.
Yeah, you already have.
True. And the posts.
Yeah. Oh my God, and the posts. The posts and the reactions. I think you can make a very unique literary thing with that. I like the way you could do it, especially the communication part. I think people don't. I don't think people think of it. They think of just the smashing. It's not
right
because you got to get in the head. Y'all got to do some other stuff. The podcast, the talk show, I can help with.
Yay!
So we'll see what we can do. Yeah, we'll see what we can do. Because I told you before, I was like, man, you should do it from a bed. And and everybody's like, wow, the fuck what you doing? I was like, you ain't thinking. Yeah, this is So anyway, we'll talk about that. But that's good. That's good. I think it's we need another Dr. Ruth. We need another Dr. Ruth.
And that's the thing, like, as far as that, it's like, and people, what their number one reaction is, you're so open and you talk about it so freely and you're so comfortable with it. And it's like, and then there's other people that doubt. It's like, oh my gosh, do you really do that? No, you're not for real. Like, this is literally like my lane. I have created my own lane and I'm staying in it and I'm running with it.
Yeah.
I'm running with it. Yeah. Nobody does it how I do. And if they do, they don't talk about it. I'm totally unique. So
that's how you win. It's just putting the time in and getting, it's people like us, creators and the movers and the shakers. It's just, you're a genius. You popular, but just nobody know it yet. You famous. You got everything that everybody else got that's up there. It's just not the people. So it's just really just plugging away, which at times, especially at home, when you're like, why the fuck am I doing this?
And you know what? Sometimes I do, and I'm like, but you know what? I have countless messages from people that their relationships have been saved. They're so much more open with themselves even. They're not afraid to, even like my large women, they're like, thank you so much because you're helping me become more confident. So, and it's like the guys are like, oh my gosh, thank you so much because my wife is following you, my girlfriend's following you. Like, you're creating a better space for us.
Your wife and your girlfriend is following you. Like, damn, that's it. That's open right there. My wife is following my girlfriends.
That's a whole nother different topic. That's a whole nother show.
I'm gonna tell you the truth though. I thought I wanted to do that, but I don't think I have the I don't have the mental thing for it. Cause I really, I'm not selfish. I'm just
focused.
Yeah, I'm focused on what I'm doing. It's the business now, and I don't want to, why would I disappoint 4 women.
Right.
I get,
No, I get it.
I'm already
I get it.
disappointing 1, so I don't want to disappoint 4 of them.
He don't want to disappoint 4.
Yeah, so I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't. I don't think I'm built for it. But I mean, I see now from a business point of view.
Yes.
That shit is the lick, because you got one that'll stay home and babysit. I mean, you're not paying for babysitting. Mm-hmm. You got 2 others that can go to work. Women too. I mean, we can do it the other way. You can have one dude staying home babysit. Oh man, that would be. Yeah. You killing the system. Now all the taxes. You got all these.
You literally are, and it's building the empire, and also it's our ancestral practices.
It is. People don't really, they want to king up all this other stuff and queen up, but they're like, I should be able to have as many wives as I can afford. Now, again,
and have the mental capacity.
That's what I was going to say. It's when you say afford, I'm meaning. Right. I really mean it. I really mean it.
Up here, because you don't want.
Yeah. Because if you can't, I don't want to call her Sharon and be like, sorry, Benita, I didn't mean to call you that. I don't care how open your marriage is. You can't call me James and I'm dying. I'm gonna have a feeling about that. But man, yeah. So that definitely is a show, because I know polyamorous people, and it's still some tickety tack in there, but that's when people not being completely honest. That
communication
is communication. So if you're not being completely honest, it's not going to completely work.
Yeah.
But that's everything. That's really everything.
Yeah.
But
it is.
Man, yeah, that's good. So the massage is you go wherever they are, or
I do. So they have the space, and then I come in and do them. So I bring my table, I bring a gift for them, I bring water, I bring everything that we need to do the massage. I set the environment, got candles, all that.
All right, I'm gonna put that up there, because it's a lot of people that they get tightened and they don't know. They just don't know. Like I just lately, because I'm doing so much, it's just I don't go to bed like I should. Yeah. So I don't rest. And I thought I broke my stomach because I couldn't eat nothing. It wouldn't stay down. I was like, I am dying. And my girl said, she said, well, go to bed. Eat regularly. Go to bed and da-da-da. I did that and I cut out coffee. Mm-hmm. And I stopped and I ate a bunch of fruit. And a friend of mine off of Instagram, Tiffany, she told me, she said, get some fruit, get all of these things, and I ate the fruit, and it all worked out.
It balanced out.
Yeah. So I eat massage, but I think massage is a part of that.
Yeah.
I think massage is a part of that. So, so I do have another question, but it's kind of so. How do you tell somebody to be a cleaner person? Can you tell?
It does boil down to communication.
Yeah.
Because I myself have had to tell someone, like, yeah, let's just go ahead and, I'm going to have you get back in the shower. Look, no, I'm serious.
Yeah, you have to.
I'm going to have you get back in the shower and go ahead and wash a little bit better. But that has to be a regular thing. That has to be a daily thing. That has to be a daily practice for you. But also, it does boil down to what you put inside your body, because things come out of our pores. Yes. Not only when we ejaculate, but also out of our natural pores. So, and even us as a people, we just have to be more mindful of what we're putting in our bodies.
That food is so cheap. I think anything that cheap cannot be good for you. And I just thought, but I mean, I can't blame anybody who can't afford.
Right.
That's the sad part. And
then also just adding in juicing. And this isn't a plug or anything, but there is this show that I watched about 7-8 years ago. It's called Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. And it was about, you saw it?
Yeah.
It was about the guy who, he was eating so much processed food. He was always on the go, always traveling. And he just took a moment to sit down and really think about what he was putting in his body, because medically his body was shutting down and wouldn't, he couldn't do it anymore. So he started to juice. And that was one of the best things I ever saw. Wow. Because since then I've been an avid juicer. So 2, 3 times, 4 times a week I'm juicing. And besides that, I'll go on juice fast, where I'll just simply drink juice and have like one meal, like a salad or something, like no meat. I cut out meat. Man. It's a process, but it's one of the best things I ever did was start juicing. And even if you are eating that other stuff, if you're juicing, then you're still in a better position to live a longer, better life. You have natural energy. It's been 2 years since I really have been like a coffee drinker.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna give it up.
Because it gives you natural energy.
Yeah.
The juicing, it really does. You feel like you're in go mode all the time. But
That's good. Yeah, mango. For some reason, that mango does that for me. I had a slice of mango yesterday, and I was like, wait, I'm better. I can feel it. It's mango did it for me. But it's just and it's crazy because if you go to the dollar store gas station and put that dollar store gas in your car, it's not gonna run right. So you go get a better gas, and it runs. And I think the body is the same exact way. I guess it's one step at a time.
And it is.
Yeah.
And taking steps in the right direction.
Yeah. It's hard though. It is. Yeah.
And as humans, we tend to look at things as a bigger picture, when in reality we need to look at it in smaller slices, smaller pieces, and then we're able to execute more.
And that's exactly what I did. Is because it's like, well, all these people put their capes on for the whole world. You don't even know people in the world. Let's start in Richmond. Let's start in this one block.
Right.
Start in this one block. This dude is on the street every day on this block, on McDonald. Let's help him. Then you help him. He'll help somebody else.
Right.
And it'll radiate out.
Yeah.
Hopefully it'll radiate out. I like it. I like it a lot, actually. Is it like a final thought or something you need the people to understand about you or about life in general that you would like them to know?
I always tell people, even like when I do my lives, be good to yourself and be good to other people. Do something good for yourself and do something good for somebody else. Because when we're serving, it's this selfless feeling that we have, and it feels good. And also when we do something kind for ourselves, that's us taking care of us so that we can help more people.
Yeah.
That's my whole mission, is to help other people. And no matter what aspect that is in life, I just want to help other people.
So how do you deal with the takers then? Like people that they have no intention of reciprocating. I had to cut people because of that. Mm-hmm. And they don't understand why, because it's like, well, I've always done this with you. Why now all of a sudden I can't take? And if they voiced it, I know they would be like, damn, I sound dumb. But that's how people they get mad that you don't do for them like you used to. So how do you give to takers?
So and I will say this, because I never put anyone in the same basket ever, because every situation, every person, every dynamic is different. Yeah. So for me, what I do personally is I have learned to say no, and I've learned that no one can take from me something unless I give it to them.
Yes.
So I have had to discipline myself on the giving, whether it's time, whether it's support, because not everybody, and this is the thing also, you have to, sometimes we need to tweak our own mindset because we feel entitled. Sometimes we feel like someone's going to treat us or do for us just because we did for them. Yeah. And in reality, that's not, most of the time, that's not what's going to happen. No. And so when we expect things of others, we don't get that. We end up disappointing ourselves, and it's not even their fault. It's our fault. And yeah.
So it's not wrong then to say not no, but just to say you don't get any of my time. This is a precious resource to me. Yeah. You shouldn't. You're not going to get this.
So what I tell people now, and I learned this long time ago watching a show, that doesn't work for me. Just by saying that doesn't work for me. And I as an adult, and as an owner of my actions and what I do and what I say, I don't have to give you a reason.
Because people will ask you.
That's
You're
okay.
Like, why?
And that's okay. It's just a personal preference.
Yes.
And people will think that's selfish, but at the same time, we have to preserve ourselves if we're going to be working citizens, not working citizens, but conductive citizens of society.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with, taking it back. Sometimes people expect things out of us and we keep on giving it to them. Then they do something that we dislike or they wrong us. And it's like, oh, now, I just wrote about this yesterday. It's like, now I'm moving different with you, but you're the one that brought that on.
Yeah.
So when you're not getting my time, you're not getting my support, and you're not getting what you want out of me, what you've been getting, and you're expecting that, you're the one that's going to be hurt in the long run because I'm preserving myself.
For what I'm trying to do, yeah. And
Yes.
for others that
Absolutely.
that are more,
that will appreciate
that
it.
appreciate it. Just
Yeah.
appreciation.
And another thing about reciprocation, I feel like we can't reciprocate something to someone else because we're all different. So you can meet them at a certain point, but we can't reciprocate something just due to the fact that we all look at things different, we move different, we feel different,
That
we have
makes
different
sense.
perspectives. So
Yeah, I would be able to help somebody this way when they couldn't reciprocate that.
Exactly.
So I understand
Right.
that. I do understand that.
right, we all have different gifts. We all have something to offer. Never think less about yourself due to something that you saw or that you've heard. We all have a place. We all have something to offer.
That's a very good place to end it, I think. That's powerful right there. This has been How Do You View You with Soul Snatcher LLC, Char. Please follow her. Subscribe to the Dark Network. This was a good one. Watch out for her podcast. It's coming soon. Talk show. We're going to call it a talk show. We ain't going to call it a podcast. Peace, niggas. Drink it. Drink it. Stop fighting.
And drink your water.
Yeah.
They say I'm heartless, but I'm not though. Don't have to prove it, keep it music. Southside, birth the psycho. A public threat like a sideshow. I know what it look like, nigga. Don't do it. Strapped with the heat, I figure. Don't do it. Cause I'm laid back, don't mean that I'm slipping. Don't do it. I know you're sipping and tripping, you better listen. Don't do it. I'm sitting in the caddy, swerving, you can't hurt me. I'm dipping in your baddie, she been here since 8:30. I'm stupid with.
It's your girl, Revolutionary Rika. Please tune in the last day of every month for Revolutionary Rika Speaks at 6 p.m. If you miss it on my page on YouTube, Revolutionary Rika Speaks, check it out on the Dark Network, 247.com. I can't wait to see you. Come get this game.